Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you guys how to make the LOrax for the Dr. Seuss movie. I wasn't going to plan to make the video, but I was making the topper, so I decided to show you guys. So I'm sorry it's not the perfect showing all the time, but I think you guys can see it. So I made two little balls and I flattened on a row, and with my fingers I'm flattening it out to make his feet. I wasn't sure if I want to make him sitting down and standing up, so just in case I was making this pair of legs in case I want him to sitting down. That was what I did in the end, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I was just letting it dry in case I need it. So that's why I don't have the measurements and weights and anything. So that's how it looks, and I put it aside to dry. I made a little tiny bowl with a dark yellow for the nose, and I put it aside as well. And then I got more yellow, and I wrote to make a ball, and after to make a long snake, not too thin, so we can make his arms. So I use the finger up and down to make his hands. And I'm gonna mark all the fingers. I'm not cutting because I'm not making too much details on the fingers, but I still want to have the division to give the impression that I'm making all the fingers. Just like that. And I'm just separating the big one just to look cute. Just being sure that we can see all the separation. And that's the arm. And we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. That's why you guys are not seeing it. I'm sorry, I wasn't making the video, but I thought that since I let it videotaping, then I should show you guys. But it's the same thing I'm making the other side. That's why I speed it up. So now with the dough, I'm putting the ball. Is a 30 millimeters ball, styrofoam ball. I'm just covering like I do for the mini head. I just covering the ball and closing for the air to don't go in. And I keep doing that with the palms of my hands and putting everything in the dough inside to don't let the air touch the ball. And just getting all the excess up. And I'm gonna do that until I have like a pear shape, a teardrop shape, right like that. And I'm just pressing against the table to flat everything and get all the marks and scratches out, because it's easier to close the marks on the top, just like that. And I'm just sitting on the table to see if it was sitting the way I want it. So with the white, I'm just making little tiny balls, as you can see. Then we're gonna use for his eyes, but I wanted to let it dry for a little second, like a minute or two. So that's why I'm making before I go back to his face. I placed the arms, and now with the back of any brush you guys have, I'm making the hole for the eyes. And I'm gonna place those two white balls, then I made it right there. You don't need to put too much because you don't want the eyes to be popping out. So that will depend on the size you're making yours, but you just can measure with your fingers. If it's too big, just take it off a little bit. That's what I did. And then you're just gonna place inside those two sockets we have there. And thank you for my neighbor to decide to mow the grass right there. So I made another ball and another snake, little tiny one with the lighter yellow. The other one is like a very dark yellow, and now with the lighter yellow, like egg, color yellow, I'm making the eyebrows. And I'm gonna put the eyebrows right there, one side into the other side. So see, now you can see the difference between the two yellows. And I'm gonna put the two eyebrows connecting to each other in the middle, and I'm gonna get my tool and just separate it because I don't want to be on the top of the eyes, and I want to mark like a little marks of hair just to give an impression that it's a bunch of hair together. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just being sure that everything is the place I want. So now I got that little ball for the nose. Then I made it before and I put it there, and I'm just putting in place. And I will make the little two balls like the nose for the nostrils. but I just be sure that I want the place that it was, and I make the 2 marks. Always remember to leave before everything is dry exactly the way you want, because once it's dry you can change. That's what I was checking, and is always checking if it's the way it is. And I'm pushing down the eyes just to don't be, coming out. And now with the same yellow that I use for the eyebrows, I'm going to make his mustache. But before that, I'm just putting a little dark yellow in the middle to mark his mouth, because I thought that if I didn't this, I would not see it. So I just made like a little mouth in the middle. You're gonna kind of almost hide everything, but I decided to put it there just in case. And I'm gonna put the bright yellow to make the 2 sides of the mustache. Really? Oy. Look at this noise, guys. Can you hear the noise? I hope you guys cannot hear the noise. I'm just making the other side of the mustache, and we're gonna place right the other side. My dough is very wet, that's why I'm not using glue or any type of, things like that. But if you need it, please feel free to do it. And I'm gonna mark again the hair. Just like that. I'm sorry that it's out of the video. I wasn't making the video, but I thought that he would look so cute. Then I decided to make this fast video for you guys today. And I'm just marking all the details on the mustache and the, and the eyebrows to see if in the right place I want. And he's almost done. I actually don't have the painting the eyes, but I make a brown dot and the white and the middle and the black, like normal eyes. I was just making and letting it dry for an order, and I didn't videotape after, because as I said like 100 times now, I wasn't planning on making the video, but he looks so cute and my son wanted to see the video. So I placed the 2 peaks for him to dry and for me to decide if I want him to standing up or lying down. But I decided to make him lying down because I thought he was cuter and easier to put in the cake. So I got all the toothpick off and I placed the 2 legs I made it, and I let it dry and I painted the eyes. It's basically that. I'm sorry I don't have that step, but I promise I will videotape all the time when I'm making anything so I don't change my mind. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.